This is not a review, not a critique, but there may be certain spoilers for episode 5 of season 2 of Shudigatwa's Doctor Who, The Story and the Engine. This video is a collection of my thoughts and observations after watching the episode. I also have a few final predictions as to where this season is heading. No problem making final predictions now, since there's only one episode left before the two-part finale. Please leave a comment to share your thoughts about the episode, my observations and theories, or anything related to Season 2 and where it is going. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like to let me know. If you're so inclined, please consider subscribing to my channel for videos about entertainment topics of all kinds. Moving on. The Doctor goes to the barber for a haircut, but actually to see his old friend who runs the establishment. The Doctor mentions that since he has this black body, he is sometimes treated differently, but in that barbershop in Lagos, Nigeria, he feels like he is accepted. During the episode, he refers to himself as someone without a home, but the barbershop feels like home to him. This made me think about Shudigatwa's Doctor. What has he done that viewers have not seen? He met this barber and visited the shop many times for haircuts and camaraderie, and the people in the shop recognize him, so he had this face. This raises some questions. How long has the 15th Doctor been in operation? Was Ruby his first companion? What did he do after leaving 14 and finding Ruby? How much time passed for the Doctor between Ruby and Belinda? There is a lot we don't know about the 15th Doctor. It turns out that the barber shop has been taken over by a powerful and mysterious man. Let's call him the barber. The proprietor and 3 regular customers are being held prisoner, and they have to tell stories to fuel a kind of story engine. The people trapped in the barber shop said things like sons to me. My mother is in hospital. My child's naming ceremony. My wife. I miss my team and my big sister. Lots of family references again. There has been a running theme throughout both of these new seasons of parents and parental responsibility and reuniting families. The Doctor shares a story about Belinda from before he met her. Belinda is a nurse, but was asked to assist some doctors and offer advice, so we know she's very capable at her job. Belinda's suggestion saved a woman's life, but Belinda had to stay with the patient overnight and wound up missing her nan's birthday party. Another example of familial obligation, and parents and children being separated. A woman comes in with food, and she is some kind of partner to the barber, although the Doctor finds her familiar. Now there are 2 beings running the nefarious scheme. At the moment, looking for connections because Russell T. Davies has a reputation for dropping hints to the big picture, I wondered if these 2 beings could be the Not Things from Wild Blue Yonder, or perhaps the Midnight Entity, which seemed to have split into 2 beings at the end of The Well. Just my mind looking for clues and patterns. Those thoughts were undone as the episode progressed, but in that moment, that's where my mind went, I'll admit it. It was mentioned that the barber and this woman both worked for her father, but he was mean, so they left. This made me remember Maestro, who said the same thing about the toy maker. So family problems and parent-child separation pops up again. Also, using stories as fuel for an engine made me think of myths, legends, folklore. That made me think of superstitions and magic, which made me think again of the Not Things, and how the 14th Doctor introduced concepts of superstition and magic to them at the edge of the universe. It turns out that the woman, Abby, is Anansi's daughter. Anansi is a god of stories and trickery from African folklore. The Doctor had mentioned winning a bet to marry her. That is why he recognized her. And it was a previously unknown female Doctor we met in Jodie Whittaker's run. She somehow met Abby, traveled with her, ultimately not marrying her, and 15 finally knows why she looks familiar. This means that the 15th Doctor has full access to all previous incarnations, including the ones the Doctor we followed from Doctor number 1 to Doctor number 13 had forgotten or never knew about. Belinda has some small control over the TARDIS. It keeps turning red and sounding alarms. She's able to have the TARDIS locate the Doctor and sets out to find him. Belinda passes a strange child in the street who waves at her. Is this child abandoned? Again, the theme appears. Belinda appears very capable. The Doctor expected her to come and find him, so he trusts her to get the job done without any communication going between them. When Abby sees Belinda, she practically spits the words, "Did he leave you behind? Tell you to wait?" Belinda surprises her. I told him to go. The knowledge that the Doctor sometimes leaves companions behind, and those companions are often hurt by the abandonment, seems telling after Lucky Day, the previous episode, where we learned that Ruby has PTSD from all she experienced while traveling with the Doctor. There have been other companions who expressed similar kinds of hurt or trauma. How many companions has the 15th Doctor traveled with? I don't think Ruby was the first now, and I don't think it has only been Ruby and Belinda at all. The barbershop owner seems to hold a special place in this Doctor's life, so perhaps they had some adventures in time and space, and of course, we have Abby now. We learned that the barber used to be human, developed technology, wove stories together, bound them in books, all in service of the storytelling gods, who kicked him out once their power was cemented in the minds of humanity. Earlier in the episode, one patron told a story about Yo-Yo Ma meeting a shaman, and asking the shaman to stop singing so he could write down the amazing music he was hearing. When the shaman resumed singing, the song was different. The shaman spoke of music as a living thing in the old days, but now people want to reproduce identical copies of it, to package time in a way. If we look at stories the same way, as living things, passed down orally from person to person, slightly changing with each telling until the original might have been lost with no one knowing, was the barber doing what Yo-Yo Ma tried to do, package time, by writing down the stories he collected? Does the act of writing them down, making them permanent, increase their power? The gods seem to think so. The barber wants revenge. He has been abandoned in a way by the gods, like parents abandoning children, like the Doctor leaving companions behind. The barber will take his engine to the center of the great story nexus he helped build and cut all gods out of existence. Abby betrays the barber, weaves a map in the Doctor's hair. This is a secret code, a hidden message, like every 9th word in the robot revolution, like sign language in the well. This concept of hidden meaning in seemingly normal communication has popped up a few times so far this season. Running through corridors, finding the control room, the barbershop seems bigger on the inside. Is it a TARDIS? They find the story engine, a brain. It opens, revealing a heart. The heart of the TARDIS? Belinda attacks a control panel with a monitor like a TARDIS? Is the barber a companion who was left behind by a Time Lord? Is the center of the Nexus actually Gallifrey? My mind was trying to make connections, find the Russell T. Davies bigger picture. Sad in a way, but I can laugh about it. Well, the barber is not a Time Lord, nor a member of the Pantheon, nor a Not Thing or a Midnight Entity. The story engine is not a TARDIS, but some other kind of powerful technology. Although it seems to have been destroyed at the end of the episode, who knows if we'll see it again? I have some ideas about that. As Belinda and the Doctor go back to the TARDIS, Belinda asks if the Doctor saw a spooky kid, meaning the child Belinda saw beckoning her in the street. The Doctor responds that the stories were leaking out, getting mixed up. Does that mean anything in the larger narrative this season? Are stories, legends, myths, superstitions all getting mixed up? The final episode is called The Reality War, after all. As with the Not Things and the Midnight Entity trying to assume the form of the Doctor, as with beings in the future not knowing about Earth or humanity, as with Lux trapping the Doctor and Belinda on film and trying to make them think they were fictional characters, as with Conrad in the last episode spreading disinformation about UNIT and the Doctor to make everyone lose trust and belief in them, is something trying to erase the Doctor, make him fictional. Is that the big picture? Making stories permanent adds to their power, so everyone shares a common narrative. Does that allow fiction to supplant reality, if enough people believe it? And vice versa? All stories are lies and all stories are true? It is a kind of paradox. The Reality War is the title of the final episode. It seems to fit. One major takeaway: a mortal human being in service to the gods created an immensely powerful machine with technology beyond even the Doctor's understanding, but the Doctor was able to take control of it at the end of the episode. I had previously speculated that Mrs. Flood might have a TARDIS key and is either extremely long-lived or can travel through time and space, or both. What tools does she have at her disposal? The story engine seems to have been destroyed, but Could she be gathering technology to help her rewrite reality itself, to journey to the center of the nexus and cut the Doctor out of existence? Was she interested in the Doctor's Vindicator device at the end of the well because she can use it to follow him through space and time? Or because she can adapt it to find the story engine? If she has a TARDIS, maybe the 14th Doctor's TARDIS, which we last saw in the garden at Dr. Noble's house back in the Giggle, she can access it before its apparent destruction. Who is she? And what is her goal? Could she be a long-abandoned companion, someone we have met before from one of the Doctor's previous incarnations? Or a companion we have never seen who appeared off-screen in adventures never presented in the main series, just as Abby and the barbershop owner have pasts with the Doctor that viewers never knew about? Is that why she knows about the TARDIS and the Doctor, and wants revenge? Could she be Anita from Joy to the World, having been left behind by the Doctor, someone she'd spent a year with and become close to, and she never saw him again? She was recruited to work in the Time Hotel, so she would have access to various points in time via the doors there, but not pinpoint accuracy, so she would have to go somewhere and take the long way around, waiting for her chance to achieve some goal, hence her age. If she is Anita, she may have been at this for a very long time indeed. Or does the 15th Doctor use the story engine or similar technology to protect reality by implanting specific narratives into the universe, just as the 14th Doctor seemed to accidentally introduce the concepts of superstitions and magic into the universe? Those are some of the thoughts, observations, and loose predictions I had while watching Episode 5, The Story Engine. The season is almost over. Patience is a virtue. Just wait and see, I guess. Once again, I would like to ask you to share your ideas, thoughts, predictions, and anything else in the comment section. If you found this video interesting or entertaining in any way, leave a like to let me know. And if you want to see more videos about entertainment of all kinds, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.